It's 2022, and most likely if you are on the internet, you will see something about cryptocurrencies and NFTs. But today I want to look at cryptocurrency in NASCAR and how it seems to be a trend of sponsorships lately. With Landon Castle's deal with Voyager and how he will be fully paid in a portfolio of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, then you have Amerlin Gase Motorsports announce their new partnership in Kitty Cat Coin?
Well, welcome to the Light Music Club, yeah?
God damn!
Almost reminds me of the Nyan Cat from 10 years ago. You know, the golden age of YouTube. Now it all sucks. As well as Noah Gregson's new sponsor in his cup races with Colleague in the form of a charity-based cryptocurrency named Cure Token. Then you got... yeah, we're not going down this rabbit hole. You know what happened. So, is this the wave of the future? Is it possible that with some of these new cryptocurrency companies, we might see checks bouncing with all sorts of these popping up? NASCAR's had a history of fraudulent sponsors or simply those that didn't have the money they said they had. I do want to go over this and at least discuss for a couple minutes. Now, I will say, I am not an expert of cryptocurrency or any of that. I don't know how this whole trend works. It's been growing more and more in really just the last few years alone. The first time we ever saw sponsorship like this, however, was back in 2014 in the form of the infamous Dogecoin. You may remember that year of how Josh Wise drove the Dogecoin car for Phil Parsons' team that season. Heck, it's how he got voted into the 2014 All-Star race. Dogecoin actually did come back as a sponsor last season, sponsoring on BJ McLeod's team, as well as Baby Doge on Brandon Brown's car. We are starting to see more of crypto-based sponsorships more than ever, and a lot more people are also getting in on cryptocurrency, and it's certainly in that vicinity a wave of the future in terms of people getting in on it. So I wanted to weigh in on a couple pros and some cons of it being in NASCAR. So with the pros, for starters, in these tough economic times, teams are looking for any sponsor they can get to help fund for their season. So it's no surprise that they would be willing to take up a sponsorship that could potentially pay someone in cryptocurrency. Another pro is that it is rather trendy. A lot of people are getting in on it. And it could help attract a new audience into the sport. NASCAR is definitely trying to push more towards a casual fan or at least a general audience. Perhaps these kinds of sponsorships could help with that. Looking at some of the cons, there are new cryptocurrencies that seem to pop up almost every day, it feels like. Every day I'm hearing about new cryptocurrencies, especially the ones that just signed on for the season. It almost feels like when we had the dot-com bubble back in the late 90s and early 2000s. My biggest concern for companies like Kitty Cat Coin is, do they have the money to pay these teams? NASCAR sponsorship isn't cheap, and not to mention, sometimes when you pay in cryptocurrency, I would suspect that there's the chance that it doesn't work out as well. Or it could, but we could see checks bouncing, and that's what I fear. I fear that these teams will suddenly be sponsorless after a few races because of that. What kind of money do these companies carry? We'll just have to wait and see what happens. It may not be an issue at all, and things will be just fine, as long as you don't get political with it and... well, never mind. I know this was short, but I don't see this as something bad. It's good to have something trendy enter the sport. Not to mention teams are looking for funding, and it's a new wave of sponsorships coming into NASCAR. So they're trying to get what they can, and I certainly hope it all works out. But what do you think about cryptocurrency sponsorships in NASCAR? Are we going to see NFTs on cars or however the heck that all works? I have no clue. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm SonicGirls831, and I'll see you in the next video, and Hoo-Day!